Well, our storm system continues to move closer to the East Coast, still seeing blizzard conditions up across the northern plains. In the south, the Gulf Coast dealing with numerous severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood warnings. Right now, Louisiana and it looks like actually the New Orleans area seeing maybe some tornado warnings, and it extends all the way up into parts of western Alabama. A lot of rain with this system, a lot of moisture, and that's all coming our way. But tonight we're still dry, and taking a look at your 24, we have clear skies for the first part of the night. High thin clouds will gradually start drifting in after midnight. Breezes will get a bit lighter too, so temperatures should be allowed to drop back down to the upper teens and low 20s. Cloud cover is going to gradually increase through Thursday morning, so we're expecting a fairly cloudy, overcast day. Temperatures, though, won't be bad, climbing into the middle and upper 30s across most of western Mass, which is average for early to mid-December. And we should stay completely dry through the afternoon. Now, once we head towards sunset, we're still dry, but we're tracking that storm system just off to our south and west. The timing is still a little tricky because the precipitation has to overcome the dry air that's already in place. So we will gradually start seeing the wet weather arrive. For the valley, it looks like we're going to go right to rain. There might be some mixing as soon as you get, I would say, onto the western side of Westfield. Once you start going up into elevation, it's going to be all snow, and it's going to be a wet snow too. Note these temperatures, 37 in snow in North Adams. Route 2 corridor will likely be snow, maybe a little bit of brief mixing around Greenfield, but then you're going to go to rain too. Now we'll continue with that trend through much of Friday morning. So the morning commute Friday for the lower valley is going to be just wet. Once you get into the hills, that's where you're going to have the delays and school cancellations, because you're going to be dealing with all of this snow and some very slushy, poor travel conditions. We'll also have wind coming straight in out of the east, a little gusty at times, especially in the hills. That plus the heavy wet snow means power outages possible, especially getting into the highest of elevations. So we'll continue the future cast. You can see the snow is just ongoing the whole time in the high terrain, maybe some mixing across some of the lower elevations, and the valley will be dealing with rain. Now, as we head into Friday night, colder air will start coming in on the back side of the low, and we may actually see a transition over to all snow for a few hours. Now, it's still going to be on the mild side. It's not going to pile up quickly, and we may get some minor accumulations on the back edge of the storm for the lower valley, but we're expecting all snow in the highest elevations, northwestern hills. There might be some occasional rain mixing in or some sleet in some of the hill towns, and then the valley is just mostly rain. So here's a look at the numbers. I have tweaked them a little bit. Valley looks like nothing until maybe Friday night. We could pick up an inch or two. Getting into the hills, Route 2 corridor about 2 to 4, same for southwestern Berkshire County. Hill towns 4 to 8 inches, but once you get above 1,000 feet, 8 to 12 is more likely, and those northwestern high elevation spots could see 12 to 18 inches of heavy wet snow. It's going to be a mess out towards Savoy and Florida, Monroe. You guys are going to get a good snowstorm from this. First alert weather day for Friday, of course. Again, it's going to be a very different picture from the lower valley to the Berkshires, and that is, the biggest thing I want to stress. Saturday, we're going to start off with a couple of early morning snow showers, but then we go into a stretch of dry weather. It will last through the weekend and most of next week. So some quieter conditions on the way. Seasonable temperatures, middle to upper 30s each day. Seasonably cold at night, of course. First day of winter on Wednesday. Then our next storm system looks to approach. And right now the signals are it's going to be another round of wet and wintry weather, also some wind. And that should be followed by a shot of very cold air as we hit Christmas weekend. Chris and Mary, back to you.